This is Emeka Ezra, and this is the Redeemed podcast where we talk about our past lives before we met Christ. I hope no one is listening, but if you are, please keep it to yourself.
Hey guys, how are you doing? Welcome to another Friday, another week end. How's your week? How was your week? How was your week? I'm sure it was good. I'm sure it was great. But guys, January has ended. Like January that just started when 2025 is running too. Like January that just started has already ended just like that. Just like that, please. I don't want to grow older. Oh my god. But I mean, January was a good month. It was a good month for me actually. I hope it was a good month for you. I hope your start was great. And I pray that as we are entering February, I mean it's going to be greater for you. You know. I think last week or some weeks ago, I received a message from someone um that wanted to quit their addiction, and she got on a call with me because I wanted to speak to her. I wanted to understand. I don't like long episodes, guys. This is something I need to say for those of you that want to reach out to me. Please, long episodes are not my like. You can write the long episodes first, but God, reading long stories is not my thing. I just want to get on a phone call with you and we trash out everything. So yeah, I got on a phone call with this lady. We started talking, and she told me, she said, Emeka, she said, man of God, I don't know what triggers me. And I was like, what do you mean? You don't know what triggers you to watch pornography? In fact, no. Hers was not even watching pornography. Hers was like, it was a mind thing. It was a mind thing. Like she was dealing with lust. That if she's alone, her mind goes wild. And she just does things to her body. It was a very funny first story, but at the same time, that was the first time I was encountering something like that. But then that did not mean she didn't have triggers. And this is what I want to talk about today. A lot of people, do not understand the reason why they go back to their bad habits. A lot of people do not understand the reason why they go back to their bad habits, and many times when you do not understand why you go back to your bad habits, you will keep on doing them. I love this quote I saw, I think by John C. Maxwell. He says, for you to change, you must know yourself. And for you to know yourself, you must change. What does that mean? What does that mean? For you to know yourself, you must change, and for you to change, you must know yourself. It's very simple, guys. Because when it comes to stopping your addiction or stopping that habit, is a data issue. Is a data game. Stopping your pornography addiction or stopping your addiction in general is a data game. You need as much data about yourself for you to win the battle. You need as much data about yourself for you to win the battle. The Bible helps. When I mean the Bible helps, I mean the Bible understands understands what I'm saying. When the Bible says, when the Bible talks about sexual sin, it says flee, because the Bible understands man. The Bible understands the way man works. But there is more to it in the sense of psychology. For many people, it's different. For some people, it might be movies. Many times, your addiction, or your bad habits are triggered by movies. You're just alone, watching a movie, and a romantic scene comes up. Probably they have sex in the movie. Um, Probably they have sex in the movie. They kiss each other. Something weird happens, and immediately you're like, oh my god, your body starts to tell you, okay, this is not enough. I need to see more. You know what I'm talking about. So because of that small scene, you want to go get more, and you go in search of pornographic materials. You know. Now there are many kinds of um triggers, which I'm going to talk about, because I have time. um, for some people, right, their triggers can be novels, notebooks. I say notebooks, books, novels. I think fiction. Many times, ladies fall into this category. You know, the kind of stories they read. You'll be surprised. You would see a lady just sitting down, very serious. Probably she's a lawyer. Probably she's a lawyer, and she's reading a book, and you just go and meet her, and she's just looking at you so serious, not knowing that um she's reading a book she's not meant to read, right? That is filling her imaginations up with things that she's not meant to. Another trigger can be music, guys. Music is a trigger, but this particular trigger acts very slow. Now, that's what people don't know, because this one deals with words, it deals with identity. Anything entertainment, works slowly, but the way music works is music works more slow than the rest, because it takes time. Music's own can be in the next week, you start to manifest what you've been listening to, all day. You listen to vulgar music. Don't worry. You're just pregnant. You'll give birth soon to sin, I mean. But there are some triggers that a lot of people do not see, that I have been talking about, which I think I'm going to explain probably in the next episode, but I want to talk about them. Like I just said, music. But behind music is the lyrics, the words. Words is a trigger people do not know of, or people do not take cognizance of. Let me explain what I mean. By using myself as an example, I'm someone that loves words of affirmation, right? I love words of affirmation. Not so much, but I love words of affirmation. You tell me, oh, you encourage me with your words. You tell me this. Like, I love it. But then it has a bad side, meaning that I, I, what's the word now? It means a lot to me, even the negative ones. You might not know it. You're joking. I might just say something wrong, Then, when I was growing, I might not correct you, But your words have done something to me. Your words have done something to me. And because your words have done something to me, maybe I won't say anything then, but like it's just eating me up throughout the week. It's eating me up throughout the week. I saw a video some months back, or I don't know whether it was last year, of a pastor in a church. He called up a lady to give an example with the lady. The lady came up to the stage, so he was giving an example. He was giving an example on what he was talking about with the lady. And as he was done with the example, he told the lady, okay, you can go back to your seat. He now said, thank you. And I said, oh, by the way, you look beautiful. That was what the pastor just said. The pastor just said, by the way, you look beautiful. And the lady did not say, thank you. So he called back the lady and said, no, I said you look beautiful. And like, the lady started shaking. At first, I thought, okay, maybe it is stage fright. But she started shaking, and tears started coming out from her eyes. And I was like, what's happening here? And they asked her, and she said, oh, she doesn't know what to say. She doesn't know how to receive a compliment, guys. What happened? So Upon further investigation, what happened was that years back, when the lady was little in secondary school, her friends usually made fun of her appearance. And so, because they've made fun of her appearance, she does not think she's beautiful. She truly does not think she's beautiful. Meaning, when she looks at the mirror, she does not believe she's like she cannot conceive it in her mind that someone would want to be with her because of her beauty. And guys, I'm telling you, this lady was beautiful. Now, this is something that a lot of people do not talk about. Words. Words. This is something the Lord had to heal me from. Growing up, like I said, words meant a lot to me. And because words meant a lot to me, the Lord had to teach me that, hey, you're the one that defines you. You're the one that should choose the words or should control the kind of words you accept. So early on, I was able to say, okay, I do not rate the words of these people, maybe my family members or maybe my friends and stuff like that. An incident happened one long time ago. A friend of mine came to me and said funny things, and after that, like I didn't correct the person. And so about 3 days after I relapsed, and I was confused because it was not movies that made me relapse. It was not music, nothing. I was not even binging on any content. I was not on social media. And the Lord told me it was words. And that was when my eyes was opened. That this person's words put me in a mood that that I just wanted to feel something. Right? I just wanted to, I was in a bad mood. And that made me stressed. I don't know why. So the Lord told me, you see, the next time you receive a word that is bad, in quotes, that does not talk about your identity in Christ Jesus, that does not look like what Jesus will say about you, he said, correct the person. No matter the environment, whether it's you and your friends sitting down, you guys are joking, you guys are laughing, the Lord said, correct them. And he gave me an example. He said, do you remember when Jesus was with his disciples close to the time he was about to go and die for the world? He was with his disciples. And in fact, he was with his closest disciples, the 12. And he was telling them, oh, I'm going to die and in 3 days I'm going to be raised back. And Peter came to Jesus and said, oh, you're not going to die. I forbid it. And Jesus looked at Peter and said, get thee behind me, Satan, for you do not savor the things of God. Meaning that it was God's will for Jesus to die. And anybody praying any other prayer that is not in that line, or anybody saying anything to Jesus that was not in that line, was of the devil. And Jesus rebuked the devil. Now, this is the same thing to you. When it comes to words, anybody that is saying anything contrary to what God has said about you, rebuke the person. When I mean rebuke the person, tell the person, hey, what you said is wrong. That is not who I am. Never say that again. See, I'm telling you, this thing I just said, or this advice I just gave, is very difficult for Gen Zs to do, especially because they do not like confrontation. For some reason, this generation do not like to confront people. Let me tell you, confrontation is an expression of love. If you do not confront people to tell them when they are wrong, it either means you do not love yourself enough to protect yourself, or you do not love the next person. Because When people hurt you and they do not know they've hurt you, what happens is that your character changes towards them and your actions are no longer genuine. And because your actions are no longer genuine, something happens to that friendship. If you love people, you would confront them. Now, the last trigger I'm going to talk about is stress. Stress and anxiety. Oh my God. Stress, anxiety, and depression. I group them together because, guys, this is a trigger people do not talk about. But I'm going to be talking about it in the next episode. That's like next week. So make sure you are there next week. Next week, I believe, is going to be February, the love month. Hey, my God. I don't know if I like February because of the love theme. Every year is just love. Everybody's talking about relationship. I don't know. But yeah, it's gonna be next week, Friday. See you guys then. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day and week. See you next Friday. God bless you.